8:41 p.m., June 7th, 2025. I left at 6:45 p.m., drove over to my parents' red and white barn home, trimmed my hair in their driveway. YouTube.com/@ WADEALANHEINEMAN. There's an N there again. Been using this paper for quite a few days now. You can see there's my hand. Scarred finger. Connected to my arm. You can see me in, much of me in the mirror there. Rearview mirror. I'm not going to turn the camera around. Last time it didn't look like me very well. I mean, it somewhat resembled me, but it doesn't look like the front-facing camera at all. So, I left at 6:45. Again, I trimmed my hair in my parents' driveway at the red and white barn home. Then I went to get groceries. I got food at Casey's Fairbank. Then I drove to Owine. Got fuel at Casey's in Owine because it goes in better there for some reason, the diesel. Indications about a teenager, and I'm again between, there's the ethanol plant right there in the center of the screen. So Fairbank is to the right, just to the right. I'm going to gravel out and look. As you can see here in my rearview mirror, my F350, and you can see the detached fender well plastic there and how low the front of the box sits because of the cab or the box mounts. Is indicated a teenager again. I have no connection to any teenager since 2016. Whoever it is a lying little shit, probably breaking in and stealing my rocks and then making up some fucking story. I want him arrested for false police report or false report if he's claiming it's indicated it's a guy, because it's every time I go on YouTube it's an ad for a young guy playing golf. So if it's a golfer, I don't know who the fraud golfer is since 2020. I don't know any golfer. I haven't golfed in 15 plus years. I don't know any teenagers since 2000. I don't know any children since 2016. I don't have any connection to any, communication with any, or physical contact with any children or teenagers since 2016. And he was not a teenager yet. It was my ex-fiance's son. Never did anything inappropriate to him. His name is Evan. He is white. I've never known a black Evan. That was indicated. It always seems to be a black equivalent to whoever I mentioned in the past, whether it's, the Pearsons, who is the last name of my half sister. She's the only half sibling I have. I've never had a step sibling. I've never had any other half sibling. I've never had step parents. My parents are my real parents, Jerry and Lois, 84 and 83 years old, who are the only people I have any kind of connection to since 2017. Indicated I'm working for someone or they're working for me again. No, not since 2018. I have 44 properties in Iowa. If it says Wade Heineman on it, that's my property. Anyone else trying to claim them, they're in big trouble. I have not sold any of the 44 remaining ones. I sold one March 14th, 2025. And indicated there's Canadian wildfire smoke in the air the last few days, which gets into my lungs. And then my voice is more raspy like this. You can kind of hear a little rasp in it. It's not from smoking or anything. It is Canadian wildfire smoke, or something has been in the air. Somebody said it was Canadian wildfire smoke. If it's not that, there's been something in the air, because when the sun sets, it's just got around. I mean, you can tell it's just, there's a bunch of particulates in the air. It gets deep in my lungs, and then they try and say I'm female again. I proved last month that I paid off my child support for my 28-year-old child. I am a man that was tested for DNA in 1996. After he was born in 1995, I was tested in 1996. The test went to North Carolina from Butler County, Iowa. I am Wade Heineman. I'm not a female. I never identified as a female. I never wanted to be a female. I've never tried to be a female. I haven't been to any medical facility at all whatsoever in 2025. It's been indicated before that I was seeking to be a female. No, never. Anyone that's been saying that has been telling lies so they can try and do whatever, bullshit that they do with their surveillance or their fucking remote medicine bullshit torture that Nazis would only do. Like the energy attacks that I get hit with, it's indicated they're remote medicine. I don't want any of that shit. It has caused more harm to me by far than any good that you think it would be doing. I never authorized any fucking medical treatment of any kind. I've had no medical treatment in 2025. I didn't have any in 2024. I got a test sample of one medication in 2024. They gave me the wrong medicine, so I threw it in the river. That's all. I haven't had any medications in 2025. I live in the truth, so I'm not insane like these people that pretend that I'm female or that I have some connection to some child. My girlfriend from the Philippines sent me pictures last night, and they didn't look like her. They look like they're old pictures or not recent pictures, or they're not her or whatever. So I told her, I was like, my eyes are tired. And I didn't want to say, it didn't look like her if it was just a bad picture or something last night. So, after that, then today everybody's trying to say I'm with the teenager, or I have some connection to a teenager again, or that I inappropriately touched a teenager. I have no connection to any child, or I had no physical contact with anyone in 7 years. And when I was at my parents' in the lane until, I don't know, between 4 and 5 a.m. this morning, I think, again. And then I drove back over to the place I usually park. I'm not sure exactly what time it was, but it was around 4 or 5, I think. Drove back over there. There was the train, or there was somebody like beeping like a backwards. There's a construction piece of equipment going backwards over and over again. Lots of times that happens when somebody's staging a lie. So if they were over a half mile north of Fairbank in the shed or something at 4 or 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whenever it was, I was parked in my parents' lane. I parks away from V68 often to get peace from V68 because the criminal frauds, including teenagers, are driving by staging lies or whatever. They stage the lies to get away with whatever theft or break-ins they're doing, which includes, since March 2024, of stealing many valuable stones. So if these little shits got like a valuable stone or valuable stones, they're telling lies so they can try and get away with their theft. Again, I don't know who they are, but these are the things that set off my PTSD, and this shit happens daily. So I never get a break from my PTSD. It's like I've explained before. Here's my F-350 again. Got my flashers on as usual when I'm on gravel. But no one's hardly ever any traffic around here, so that's why I do it. But again, some of my rocks in there. Rocks in that bucket. And these buckets all bought at Norby's. I pay for everything that I get. I don't steal anything. Anybody that's been on the property has indicated, like Spanish speaker again. I have no connection to any Spanish speaking person. Not since 2005. And the only contractor I've hired, I paid them in full. They're going to do more work for me, but I haven't authorized any yet. I mean, they sent me an invoice for like materials and stuff for the other stuff, but I want to do some work on that house before I authorize any more work. I paid for the work that they did, $18,000, $17,000 something. That's the only contractor I've hired. Anyone else is lying. I want them arrested for a false report. If they're false reporting this stuff, because it affects my life. My life gets pushed back, and it's already been pushed back 12 years because of lying shitbags and staged lies. So whoever the little teen is, I want him arrested. If he stole any rocks, I want him bankrupted. If he came up with any valuable rocks and then claimed some connection to me, I want him arrested, thrown in prison, and bankrupted. So he learns from his shit cake ways. And they keep putting ads about a young golfer on YouTube. I have no connection to any golfer. I haven't golfed in 15 plus years. I have no idea who they're talking about. It's not anybody that's has any connection to me. Not in any way where I've communicated with them or know who they are. So, 8:41 p.m. Again, June 7th, 2025 for youtube.com/@WADE. ALNHEINEMN. This will probably be the last time I use this paper because obviously it's looking pretty messy. I've always been male, never been LGBTQIA, never been attracted to a male. They keep portraying this, and this is any of these kind of stage lies is what causes my PTSD. But you can hear a little bit of rasp in my voice. You can see the sky there. There's a lot of particulates in the sky. I don't know if it's from Canadian wildfires, but we get smoke from Canada. We get from smoke from Colorado and California. It hits the what's that called? I forget. I used to know all these terms, but the main wind that blows across from west to east, jet stream. It hits the jet stream and pulls it into Iowa, and we always have the smoke hanging in this air. And when I have to breathe it all the time, my voice gets raspy. And then they try and say I'm female or some bullshit lie, or that I don't have a penis. I fathered a child in 1995. I still have a penis. It's 8 to 9 inches when it's erect. 2 male testicles. I have no connection to any children or teenagers. If my girlfriend from the Philippines is playing games where she's, sending me pictures of when she was younger or sending pictures of someone else, obviously I don't want to be with her, but I don't know if she's doing that or not. She is always mentioning she's 27. Some pictures look like her and some don't. So, obviously it'd be cruel if I was sending her money, which I am, supporting her and supporting her going back to school. And her family, I've bought several things for her family. And when I send her money, I know she buys good food for her family, meat, which they don't normally get to eat because they're very poor. So if she's doing that, I've done nothing to deserve anyone's staging lies. I don't think she is, but it could be someone else pretending to. It was indicated she was in a singing competition. She's not in a singing competition. She has a pretty voice, but she is not in a singing competition. We do plan to do some singing together when we get together, just because we both like it, but that's not one of the main things we talk about. It's just something we've talked about a couple times, but it's just, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. Stage lie after stage lie after stage lie. If it's not one thing, it's another. While fucking Netanyahu's over there killing 18,000 children is the new count of how many children Netanyahu and Israel have slaughtered over there in Gaza. And the post that I reposted said it takes 18 hours to read the names of all of the children Netanyahu and Israel have killed. And they're fucking with my life in the United States of America and not saying a fucking word about piece of shit like Benjamin Netanyahu, the worst person in the fucking world.